There's been a climate of testing that has been created across schools in the United States of America. High-stakes testing has necessitated a certain level of changes in classroom instruction. While the purpose of this documentary is not to analyze the shift in instructional methods of classroom teachers, it is the purpose of this film to explore how technology meets the needs of teachers in their attempt to prepare students for these high-stakes tests. Just last year, Cook Middle School changed from an older grading machine made by Scantron to a newer grading machine developed by Grademaster. This film will explore the reasons associated with the change to the newer, more up-to-date technology. As teachers try to prepare students for high-stakes testing, there's been an increase in classroom assessment methods that employ similar testing methods. With this change in assessment methods comes the need for teachers to be able to score student tests quickly and accurately. As the need arose, grading machines were developed that could provide a quick score for teachers to use to assess student learning. Initially, these grading machines were simplistic in their capabilities and provided information quickly and en masse. As useful as the older Scantron grading machine had become, there were many issues that were diminishing the use of the machine regardless of how much it was needed. Through interviews with multiple teachers in the school, the older Scantron machine was useful in providing quick scores, but some of the negatives outweighed its use. For example, one teacher discussed the noise level that the machine produced as a drawback. In another interview, a teacher discussed the lack of detailed information provided by the grading machine. These issues signified that a change needed to be made in order to meet the growing needs of the staff. Speaking to the IT administrator about the issues, he was able to shed light on the process by which the Scantron would be replaced. Technology is looked at to first be a fit for what we may need to enhance the learning of the student, along with the presentation of the lessons to be a technology that the teacher can use while providing instruction. As he mentioned in his quote, the teachers needed a new form of machine that could greater meet their need in providing specific academic feedback for student achievement, and went on to state, we either listened to the needs or concerns of the teachers and administration. We also looked toward emerging technologies that would enhance the learning environment. The search for a new form of technology resulted in the purchase of the newer Grademaster Solo. According to one IT specialist, the change was made because of a number of factors. First, the machine was faster, it was much quieter, and it provided much more detailed information about the student achievement on each test. Not only does the newer machine provide individual scores for each student, but it provides important data for the collective group of students. This new information allows for more detailed academic planning. As innovative as some technology has become, technology does not simply pop onto the scene. McLuhan asserts that technology has a specific pattern and is evolutionary in nature. In his theory of the law of media, he discusses how each form of technology is a development of past technologies. The tetrad gives society insight into the past developments of technology, but it also provides forethought into technology that may develop in the future. In looking closely at the tetrad for the older Scantron machine, we can see that it improves the time needed to score student tests and makes scoring easier. The Scantron also retrieves the older ideas of test keys and the easy grader system of scoring. Because of its innovative features at the beginning of its existence, it reverses earlier forms of grading machines and makes paper and pencil grading and grade calculations obsolete. The tetrad for the Grademaster is very similar to that of the Scantron. In fact, it enhances some of the same things, but it also enhances the teacher's ability to compile specific data on each class. Like the Scantron, it retrieves the idea of test keys and the ease of the easy grading system, but also retrieves the concept of compiling student data. Because of this, it makes the older scoring machine obsolete, as well as the task of calculating individual scores. In looking to the future, the only technology that may be able to reverse the Grademaster would be the technology to score assessments that go beyond multiple choice questions and assesses higher level thinking. Dr. David Thornburg asserts that there are 6 important principles to take into account when analyzing the emergence of technology. These principles can determine the rate at which technology emerges or if the technology will emerge at all. Evolutionary technology, rhymes of history, disruptive technology, science fiction, increased returns, and red queens are all important to the emergence process. While all are very important in their own respect, they may not all apply to the emergence of the same single piece of technology. Evolutionary technology is the force concerned with how the technology has evolved from its primitive form. The concept of the scoring machine has evolved over time from the need to score tests. As mentioned previously, the need to score tests quickly, accurately, and in mass has necessitated the need for this form of technology. While the technology has existed in the test-making and test-scoring sector of educational business, the ability for teachers to access such technology is important to their job. According to Dr. Thornburg, rhymes of history recall those tasks that the new form of technology attempts to recall. This is not so different than McLuhan's retrieval category in the tetrad. In terms of the Grademaster and the Scantron, they both derive from the early forms of grading, from teachers making test keys to the ability of a machine to read the pencil marks on a test page. All of these components have come together to form a piece of technology that has made test scoring easier, quicker, and more accurate. As I stated earlier, not every one of Dr. Thornburg's forces will apply to all forms of emerging technology. Both the force of science fiction and disruptive technology are two forces that do not directly apply to the movement from one grading machine to the other. Neither grading machine display characteristics of accidental discovery or unintended uses. Also, the concept does not display extreme qualities as stated by the force of science fiction. Two forces that apply to the competition between the Scantron machine and the Grademaster are the principles of increasing returns and the theory of red queens. However, because both forms of technology are widely used, the principle of increasing returns does not directly apply. Thornburg states that in the case of increasing returns, one form of technology is chosen and the other is discarded. In the context of Cook Middle School, this is the case as the Grademaster was chosen and the older machine was discarded. As for the market as a whole, they both are still viable options. In terms of the Red Queen, the Grademaster has made changes to its technology that compensates for the Scantron drawbacks identified in the teacher interviews. Because of its evolution, it has been chosen by the decision makers at the school level. However, as I have already stated, both are still competing to control the market on grading machines. This obviously makes them red queens. The shift from one form of grading machine to the newer, more capable version is how technology emerges. In some cases, new technology takes on a new form, but in the case of the grading machines, it was not a new form of technology, but changes to the existing technology that made the decision to switch machines an easy one for the leaders at Cook Middle School. Because of the shift in technology, the leaders at Cook Middle School have experienced greater returns on their assessments and are able to plan for involved learning experience through data-driven planning.